what? They relied on Jesus? They revived? Maybe you should come closer. They came to anoint the body of Jesus with myrrh and spices, but his body wasn't there. But here's the thing that we can forget. It says they came not on Sunday because it wasn't Sunday yet, not on Kiriaki because it wasn't called the day of the Lord yet. They came on the first day of the week, which wasn't the Sabbath day, that was Saturday. So it was a work day. And they came early, before the sun came up, which means that if they were going to get the myrrh and the spices, they had to go even earlier. They had to get up like at 3 in the morning and go and find the spice maker, find the one who had the myrrh, and pound on the door and say, "Open early. Hello, please, open up." Bam, 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 bam. We need to buy spices, right? I imagine he was not very happy with them, but business is business, ne? So, they got up early. That's the point. They got up very, very early on a day when they had other responsibilities because it was the first day of the week, a work day. And they got up early so that they could go to the tomb and minister to the Lord's body. And then because they got up early, they got to see good things and they heard the good news before anybody else. Now we know about getting up early. What time do you have to get up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for school? 6:05. What about you? 6:05? Oh, so precise. All three of you. And you? 6:30 you get to sleep in. Asimaki, what time do you have to get up in the morning? 6:45. Oh my word, you get to sleep in late. Marcos, what time do you have to get up? We'll say 7 o'clock, right? So you're still not lazy. Now, this is interesting. Now, I'm not yelling at you, but this is research for the priest, because I don't see you on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're in school. We see you Sunday. And what time do you usually get to church on Sunday? 10. You're right on time for liturgy. What time do services start, though, on Sunday? What about the other service? What time? No. Angelo, what time do we start on Sunday?
This Sunday,
9.
10 to 9.
We start at 10 to 9 so that we can be done with the orthros in time for liturgy. And that's still later. What time do you have to get to school? By 7, oh my goodness, they start early these days. Okay. 7:45 you have to be at school. So that makes sense. Sunday's the only day, what happens on Saturday? Do you get to sleep in on Saturday? Oh, so you have a day to sleep in. That's interesting. We're not yelling at you. It's just to say, we know that we're able to get up early in the morning. But here's what I think it is. And let's have a conversation. It's hard to get up late and show up late to school, because what happens if you're late to school? You get bad attendance, and who gets in trouble? And probably your parents get in trouble too, right? So, you know that there's a consequence if you show up late, so we don't show up late. What happens if you show up late to church on Sunday? Well, that's right, you miss stuff, but does anybody yell at you? Does anybody get in trouble? Does anybody talk to your parents and say, you really should? No, because this is church. We come to God willingly. We come to God because we love Him. And because we get to come only because we want to. Sometimes if we want a few more minutes in bed, then we want that more, right? So that's the thing. That's why it's hard to come to church, because no one is beating us with a stick or taking attendance or making sure that we get in trouble. So it's easy to say 5 more minutes, I'll take half an hour more to sleep, right? But those myrrh-bearing women, they weren't late. Why? They woke up super duper early, that's right. But why? Because they had a job to do. Because they needed to take care of the Lord. And what happens if you're not here on Sunday? What's supposed to happen on Sunday? What do we call the morning service? What is the service we're just finishing now? What do we call it? What's its name? The Divine Liturgy. So we know what divine means. That means it's about God. What does liturgy mean? Anybody know the word in Greek? Asimaki, you're smart with the Greek. It's not that complicated. Liturgia, which some people say is a combination of the word for the people, laos, the laity, and the word for work, ergon. So liturgia then would mean the work of the people. So whose job is it to pray on Sunday? The psalti? The choir? The papadas? Yes, but the work is all of ours. And when your seat is empty, when there's nobody in your pew, then there's nobody there doing your job. Now you pick up when you arrive, you open your book, you figure out where we are, and we participate. But if it helps, Sunday morning, think about it that way. You have a job to do. You have a responsibility. You have a place that you need to be. In the church, looking at Christ, offering up prayers for yourself and your family and all the world. That's our job as Christians, right? So maybe it helps to get up a little earlier Sunday morning. If not, that's okay. We come when we're able to. Life is hard, right? Is life easy? No, life is hard. Say it. Life is hard. Life is hard. And if you need a few 5 minutes extra on Sunday morning, none of logimeno. But when you come to the church, open the book, look at the icones, look at Christ, and say a prayer for yourself, for your parents, for your brothers and your sisters, for your friends, and for all the world, because that's our job. Sunday morning. This is where we belong. Whether we arrive at 10 to 9, or at 10 o'clock sharp, or at 10:15, 10:20, 10:30. Our job is to offer up prayers to God and to ask Him for mercy and to become holy. So that when we go out into the world, when we go to school at 7:45 in the morning, when we go play sports on Saturday or even Sunday afternoon, we bring with us the grace and the love of Jesus Christ. Okay? So, and maybe when that stupid alarm clock goes off at 6:05 exactly every single morning, you can think about the church and you can say a prayer then too, because up that morning you're up early for your brothers and for all the church. Okay. We have a couple announcements before we dismiss everybody. Mainly, we need to announce that the time when the St. George community has exclusive rights to buy tickets to the retirement banquet for Father Philemon is coming to an end. This week, we will start to sell tickets to the other parishes. There is no reserving tickets. You need to buy the tickets to reserve your place, because we know that Father is well loved, not only here, but throughout the Detroit area, and we expect that the seats will fill quickly. If you have not yet purchased your tickets, please buy them today. If you have already purchased tickets but haven't yet received them, I have good news. The office will be open for 20 minutes, half an hour after the service, unless things have changed, but check in. If you've purchased tickets, you can pick them up today. And if you know others who have bought tickets and haven't received them yet, please let them know they can pick them up in the church office. We'd like to save as much money as we can and not have to send the mail out to take care of that. Remember too, for those of you who have not heard, that Father Philemon's final Sunday will be June 30th, 30, which is 45 years exactly after he came here to St. George in Lincoln Park years ago. Out of curiosity, before we dismiss the kids, so that they can get the sense of history, can I see hands? Who was here July 1st when Father Philemon arrived? Who was here? Oh, put your hands high so we can see. Tell the kids, you remember this. Let them understand the work that this wonderful good man has done. Bravo σας. Christos Anesti.
Αληθώς Ανέστη.